For those of you who can't read sarcasm, this is it and you missed it, okay? All right, so just addressing some news. One big thing that happened this weekend is Patrick Mahomes passed Len Dawson for all-time franchise leader in passing touchdowns with 238. Len Dawson did it in 211 games, and Patrick Mahomes did it in 108. Quickest to ever reach 238 touchdowns. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Next, Chris Jones passed Justyn Houston for fourth place in sacks in franchise history. He's now sitting at 80.5, which puts him only 5 behind Neil Smith and 9 behind Tamba Hali. Now, I think it's realistic to say he could get to the Neil Smith mark at 85.5. He would have to have an absolute insane rest of the season, averaging 2 sacks a game for the rest of the year to catch up to Tamba Hali. Honestly, you'd probably have to have more because realistically, if we clinch by week, like say we only have one loss going into week 18 and the Bills lose another one, we're probably resting everybody week 18. Realistically, if it's possible, I say we rest people on Christmas or the Saturday before Christmas because we got 3 games in 10 days coming up, or 11 days technically, but that's insane. And speaking of, Chris Jones said he was going to go to the NFLPA and complain a little bit, saying if we're going to have 3 games in 10 days, we need to have a late year bye. Has to happen, and I agree, because then that's when injuries happen, right? Your body doesn't have time to rest, and you're playing. Like, this is the nitty-gritty of the season, right? People are already dealing with, like, nagging injuries. They're not getting the proper rest they need. Now, this week is going to be a little bit longer of a week because we played on Friday, so we have a little bit more rest than the Chargers, but yeah, he's a little frustrated about that. So more great news. Hollywood Brown is looking to come back sooner rather than later. Per sources from Ian Rappaport, Brown has an appointment in Week 15 with his surgeon for final clearance that will likely allow him to play in Week 16 or 17, giving him a potential 2 to 3 weeks to get acclimated with the offense again and get into a rhythm before the playoffs. Because another good thing that happened this weekend, we clinched the playoffs.
Yeah.
We're officially in.
Somewhere. We're in there.
Yeah.
It may even be on the NFC side. We don't know.
Hey, Josiah?
Yeah.
We know that part.
We do?
Yeah, we're not on the NFC
Oh,
side.
sweet. Perfect. Okay. I was just worried about it because it's tough over there.
We're an AFC team.
Yeah.
So we're on the AFC side.
All I know is that we're in the playoffs somewhere.
Okay, yeah. Over the rainbow.
But we are, because no one else clinched the playoffs this week.
Bills clinched their division.
Oh, right.
So Bills clinched the playoff spot, I believe. I think they clinched the playoff spot and their division at the same time. So they Chiefs and the Bills are, I think, the only two to clinch a playoff spot. Detroit may have.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
not
I
sure.
guess it'll depend on
the NFC is a mess. I mean, who really has any idea? Because realistically, I think Detroit, Green Bay, and the Vikings are all going to the playoffs. Anyways, that's another thing.
Yeah.
So coming in news from the presser this week, Andy Reid did not give a confirmed starter at left tackle for the Chargers game on Sunday, saying it's not fair to name Humphries the starter yet. He did say if Humphries okay, we'll give him a go. And he also said Joe Tooney at left tackle is an option if Humphreys isn't deemed ready to go, which makes it seem like Wanya Morris might be in the doghouse.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
Pro Football Focus gave Wanya Morris 12 pressures. Who I think it was like ESPN or the AP gave him, I think, 8 pressures. Either way, way too many. Way too many pressures this week. That leading into Mahomes has been sacked 32 times this season, which is 4 more than he's been sacked in his career in an entire season. And we still have 5 games left.
Yeah.
We have 5 games
You won't
left.
get sacked again.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if you move Joe Tooney out and bring in Mike Caliendo. Mike Caliendo did pretty good on the inside, filling in for Joe Tooney that moved out to left tackle. It took Joe Tooney a couple of snaps to kind of get acclimated.
Which makes sense.
But, I mean, who knows what's going to happen with that line. I liked Mike Caliendo on the inside. I think it helps that he also had Creed Humphrey to his right and Joe Tooney to his left. So he's kind of surrounded by help. Whereas Wanya Morris, when you're on that tackle position, you're just kind of out in no man's land. So, yeah, there's that. And then kind of ending the news, we got some more good news for a player that has been kind of seeking help this week after just kind of a tough time. DeAndre Hopkins said he found a therapist because he dropped a ball. We do wish him the best.
This isn't funny, Justyn.
Oh, sorry. We do wish him the best, and we can't wait for him to get better, For those of you who can't read sarcasm, this is it, and you missed it. Okay? All right. Thanks.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Yep.
You want to see
Just
my
like
care?
our spot in the NFC.
You want to see my care face? It was there. You missed it. But that's kind of all the news I have right now.